Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for February 23, 2024, police say man pulled a gun on cops led to Augustown shooting. The police have refuted accusations made by residents in Augustown, St. Andrew, into the event surrounding Wednesday's shooting and the injuring of a man in the community. The residents on Thursday mounted roadblocks in protest of the shooting. They claimed that the police who reportedly shot and injured the man were not wearing uniform and entered the community in an unmarked vehicle. The residents added that the lawmen did not identify themselves before opening gunfire at the now injured man. Senior Superintendent of Police Marlon Nesbeth, commanding officer for St. Andrew Central, refuted the claims made by residents. He stated that the cops were on operation and came upon a group which aroused their suspicion. About 1:40 p.m., a team of officers were on duty in Augustown when they came upon a group of persons in the African Gardens area. Men within this group aroused the police suspicion, resulting in the decision to check these men. As the police alighted from the service vehicle, one man drew a firearm and pointed it at the police, who took evasive action and fired at this man. He continued to point the weapon at the police and was shot in the process. He then ran onto a premises and the police followed, SSP Nesbeth stated. On entering the premises, the police were able to retrieve the firearm, a Glock pistol with a magazine containing 10 rounds. In the process of assisting the injured man, who was identified as Jermaine O'Malley, to the hospital, the converged crowd physically prevented the police and subsequently had to retreat due to the boisterous crowd, the senior cop reported. SSP Nesbeth stated that O'Malley was a suspect in a murder investigation in the St. Andrew South Division last June and was also suspected in other criminal incidents. Nesbeth also sought to refute claims that the shooting was politically motivated. I must dispel this notion because the team of police that went there, from my certain knowledge, are professional around their work and are not in any way aligned to a political party and such a type of behaviors. So this certainly is not so. From the police perspective, I must advise members of the public that we will endeavor at all times to be true to our oath of office and to be professional at this as the election period unfolds, SSP Nesbeth stated. 69-year-old man charged with fondling and raping of 7-year-old girl in St. James. Detectives assigned to the Center of the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse have arrested and charged a 69-year-old man who reportedly fondled a 7-year-old girl and raped her in Love Lane, Montego Bay in St. James on Friday, December 1, 2023. Charged is 69-year-old Paul Anderson, otherwise called Roger, a cargo handler of a Love Lane address in the parish. He was charged with rape, grievous sexual assault, and the sexual touching of a child. Reports are that Anderson fondled a 7-year-old girl on several occasions and had sexual intercourse with her. On Thursday, February 15, Anderson allegedly kissed the girl in the presence of another child, who informed her mother of the incident. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched into the matter. Anderson was arrested on Saturday, February 17, after he was pointed out to the police by the complainant. He was charged with breaches of the Sexual Offences Act on Wednesday, February 21. His court date is not yet finalized. Tax offices to close early on Election Day. Tax Administration Jamaica said in a statement Thursday that all tax offices will close to the public at 12 p.m. on Monday. Business locations, however, will close at 1 p.m. The closures are to facilitate TAJ personnel exercising their right to vote, TAJ said. Persons may opt to avoid a tax office visit entirely by conducting several transactions online at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm, to include a payment for driver's license renewal, fitness certificate, traffic ticket, business-related taxes and deductions, and the property tax, as well as electronically querying property tax liabilities, said the statement. Additionally, it said that taxpayers may make use of the Saturday operating hours this weekend, February 24, 2024, at selected locations, namely St. Andrew, Portmore, Savannah-Lamar, St. Anne's Bay, and the Montego Bay tax offices. Regular business hours will resume on Tuesday, February 27. Tire repairman on murder rap gets $800,000 bail. A 31-year-old tire repairman who was charged with murder following the death of a man at a football field was granted bail in the sum of $800,000 in the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday. Opley Ebanks of Bottom Road in Orange, St. James, is charged with the murder of 40-year-old Santino Plummer, a laborer of Lilliput in the parish. It is claimed that Ebanks intervened in a dispute between Plummer and a woman who is said to be Ebanks' partner and used a stone to fatally strike Plummer. The prosecution had opposed the bail, claiming that Ebanks posed a flight risk because he fled the scene after the incident. However, the accused man's lawyer, Jermaine Campbell, told the court that it was clear from the allegations that it was self-defense. He cited the girlfriend's statement in which she stated that Ebanks had merely been trying to help her. The lawyer also noted that his client was taken into custody on the same night of the incident as opposed to being caught during a police manhunt. The circumstances under which he was apprehended were in his favor. He was on his way to the police station with the female he was trying to defend, Campbell said. However, the clerk of court referenced the sections of a statement on file given by Ebanks' girlfriend, which contradicted the defense's argument. When my boyfriend Ebanks came, he had a big stone in his right hand, and the two of them argued. My boyfriend took the stone and hit him twice in the head, and he staggered and fell to the ground. My boyfriend took up another stone and stood over him and hit him in the head with it. And then he took up another one and dropped it in his head, the clerk read aloud. Another section of the statement referenced indicated that Ebanks attempted to flee the scene. When we were at the shop on the ball ground, we saw a blue light and a police car flashing and approaching us, so my boyfriend Ebanks and I started to run, and we ran until we reached the Water Commission, and the police caught us right there and carried us to the station, the clerk continued. At that point, Campbell requested that conditions be imposed if his client were granted bail. Presiding Judge Sasha Mary Smith Ashley then offered Ebanks a bail in the amount of $800,000 with up to 2 sureties and ordered him to report to a specific police station on specific days of the week. He was also ordered to surrender his travel documents, and a suborder will be placed at all ports. Ebanks is to return to court on April 18. It was reported that on January 14, about 11:30 p.m., Plummer went to the area to conduct a business transaction when an argument developed with a woman and Ebanks intervened. This quarrel between the two men became physical, and it is alleged that Ebanks used a stone to strike Plummer. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, Plummer was seen lying face down in blood with an injury to the head. Ebanks, who was seen running from the scene, was chased and held by the police. Smooth but slow vote among Special Services electors. There was a reportedly poor turnout in some divisions by Special Services members who voted on Thursday ahead of the local government election on Monday. This appeared to be the case, at least at the polling stations within Kingston and St. Andrew, which have the largest cluster of members of the security forces. From Kingston Central to Kingston Western and the divisions in St. Andrew, police officers and the soldiers made their way to cast their vote at the Area 4 Divisional Headquarters Thursday. Senior members of the People's National Party and a Member of Parliament for South East St. Andrew, Julian Robinson, who was observing the process on the ground, said the voting was noticeably slow.
Just from observation, it's been a trickle. Seems to be going smoothly. I had one complaint when I was at JDF from a soldier who went up to Upper Camp to vote, but was told that his vote was actually in Moneague, and he didn't know that prior. I don't know if it's an isolated incident or if it is more widespread. While the numbers may not be large in the context of a voters list of over 2 million, in a local government election, every vote counts.